Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know on my last video, I know that I said I was gonna get to this next, but I got a little bit of a problem. I'll show you in here. You guys remember this thing? All right, so here's the deal. I've got no room. So my mower sits here, that's outside. This has gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna sell this girl, but I'm not gonna sell this non-running. So we gotta get her running. So I'm gonna take old reliable, old blue. We're gonna hook a chain. I gotta pull it out. Wrap an old chain around here, yank it out, and then I got the garage all cleaned up. Check this out. Spick and span in there. Check this out, guys. I know I did a little teaser last time, but yeah, it's ugly, but I think it's beautiful. 1978 Honda CB550. This will be on the channel. Well, it's on right now, but I got that coming up. So let's hook a chain and pull this 500. This is the 1998. Of course, you saw the pathetic video of this thing, of it not starting. Gonna get it out. I think I'm just gonna try and do a carb rebuild on this thing. If not, I'm gonna go on eBay and slap a brand new carb on this thing. They run about 40 bucks. So let's get it at least out of here, into the garage. Got to get the oil drained, and that's where we need to start. Well, here on the channel, we just don't mess around. I was really struggling. Couldn't get this behemoth. These things just weigh 1 billion pounds. So I had to make a platform. Well, I had the platform, but I had to actually bolt it down because it was falling. So take a look. All right, check it out. There, it's actually bolted on. So now I can try and push this behemoth on without it falling off. And you probably can't really tell on camera, but it's like dark out now. I mean, it literally took me probably 2 hours to do this. I had to salvage this old bike ramp. This was a jump. You've probably seen this in the background. You probably didn't even care, but this has been in the background, so I had to be resourceful here. Take some plywood because this is just not wide enough for this thing. Look at the wide load here. I gotta try and push this thing back on without it falling off by myself. And then I'm done for the evening. I'm gonna have to finish this tomorrow. I did try starting it again, and it's the same thing as last year. It just was puking fuel out. Yeah, so it's got a gasket issue. So it's definitely, I think it's gonna need a carb, at least a carb rebuild, but we're gonna get it on here and then we're gonna go in the house. I need my evening coffee. How about you? going on? Got the coffee. So it's a brand new day, and you know, I'm just fresh at it. So before I dig into this, let's get down and dirty with some coffee talk. Hopefully you've got yours. I've got mine, as you can see. Chock full of nuts this time. Last time it was Maxwell House. I think I'm gonna go down the line and maybe try some different things. Chock full of nuts. Maybe I'll just try some other weird brand or something, you know? Don't really know. But here's what I gotta do to this thing. So I was surprised that there was still the original McCuney carburetor. I really expected to find maybe like a Chinese carb or something on there. But what's going on is I'm gonna have to take the front rack off of there, and I'm gonna have to take, in order to do that, because I gotta get the tank off. So I'm gonna have to take all the top stuff off. It's quite an undertaking to get the carb off. In order to get on top and everything, it's just easier to take all that garbage off. It's just easier. So what does that have to do with coffee? Really nothing, but this is still coffee talk, because, you know, that's what this is called, coffee talk. Anytime I have this position in the shop and it's aiming this way and I'm talking to you while drinking, it's entitled coffee talk. Or anytime I'm just, you know, talking and I have my coffee, it's coffee talk. Really, I'm just psyching myself up to get into this thing. I just looked it over. I might not have to. Maybe I could just take the top panel off, and then I could take the gas tank off, because I need to clean the tank out. There's no filter on there. There's no inline filter. I also have on order a petcock for this thing, because that is just, remember how I was puking fuel? So that is just, rather than try to open that up and figure out why it's leaking, probably the gasket is just from the ethanol fuel is just eating away or something like that. So they were like $8. So that's coming. That should be here next week. So that's on its way. But in the meantime, we got to take that off. So let's get to it. Let's figure out how to get it off with the least amount of work. Let's go. Well, I have the panels off here, and here's that petcock, and I did put a little fuel in here, so it's probably all leaked out by now. I'm gonna go ahead and take the panel off here. This is where the air filter lives. I don't know if these wing nuts are what's supposed to be on here, but I just got this can. Anytime you have like an old coffee can or something, it's good to have those so you can put the hardware in. Okay guys, I got the air filter pulled apart here. Got some vacuum lines. I wasn't gonna pull the pod apart, which I am glad that I did though, because I found a couple things. So the choke wasn't even hooked up. See this here? So that should be clipped in. So the machine, you know, it was hard to start. Check it out. So that should be plugged in. So that would be part of my hard start problems. I'm just gonna go ahead and have a peek inside the tank. And I mean, the tank, from what I'm seeing, looks clean. I'm gonna go ahead and drain the oil, hook up the choke again, bypass this. I think I'm gonna think about this off camera, let you know what I'm gonna do. I'm obviously gonna pull the plug and then go from there. But I do have to drain this oil out and then see what I'm gonna do. But I think this is why this leaking is not helping, because obviously it's having the problem getting fuel. I think I still might have to take this off, because getting to the carburetor is going to be a lot easier with this off. So let me get back to you. Hey, I'm back. So it looks a little different, right? So when I do these coffee talk parts, you know, I do talk about coffee, but sometimes it's more of a reality check for you guys. If you're gonna buy a Polaris Sportsman, I think it's the early ones that are a little more complicated. No, actually, yeah, the early ones, because I have two. They're great, okay, when they're working. Everything's great when they're working, right? To get this apart, if I would have let the camera roll and taken it apart and let everything go on and you guys watched everything, this would have been like a Vice Grip Garage edition, because you know how his videos are like 2 hours long and I sit and watch them. Nobody watches my videos, so I have to condense everything. Yeah, this would have been a 2-hour video, and this part of me taking this apart would have been just 1 hour. So I've got the front end taken apart. I got wiring taken apart just to get the front end off. I took the plow off. The plow, wow, the setup on the plow was really simple, so that was cool. But just to get this tank out is a nightmare. I'm in it to win it. So I'm gonna show you what's going on, what I've got done, and then I'm gonna take the gas tank off. This might turn into like another 3-part video. I don't like doing that. But in order to keep your attention so that you don't go, this video sucks, which, you know, I know they suck, but just so that I can keep your attention and maybe, you know, I don't want to make it a long video. So I'm gonna, let's get over there. I'll show you. Come on, let's go. All right, I put my coffee down. So now, all right, this is what we got going on. This is all, by the way, to get that out, this would have had to come apart. So I had to bend these tabs up and slide it out. It was complete nightmare. I almost had to ask for help. I think I'm gonna have to ask for help anyway, psychiatrically, after I'm done with this. So I should be able to get this out, detach the hoses, and look at how it goes down. You know, so it's really deceiving. It's not just here, it goes down in between the rails. So when you think you can lift just the plastics up and then slide that out, nope, it's in between the rails. So you can't you have to take the plastics off in order to get that off. But it's all out, it's all said and done. Look, had to take handlebars, had to take those off, had to detach all the wiring, cluster. Like I said, I'm glad I did that because the choke wasn't even hooked up. But this looks relatively new. I think the dude I got it from, he must have replaced that, because I know he said that he put some work into this thing before he got it. Yeah, I mean, so like, look where the plug is. Can't even really get to the plug without getting, look at, this has kind of got to be done. So let's get to it, get this tank off, and then we're gonna see where we're at with it. All right, guys, getting ready to pull this plug here. See what we got. Huh, dry as a bone. So, we were not getting fuel at all. Okay, check out the strap on there. I expected this to be super wet. So that tells me we either have a pump problem. I probably have to open this up. I'm thinking this could be our problem. Remember how that's leaking all over the place? So like I said, I have that on order. Of course, fuel might not even be getting to the carburetor anymore, so I might just go ahead and take this apart. There's a good look at it. So I'll probably just end up taking that off of there and give it a good once over. After all, this is carbs and coffee, so could be some dirt stuck in there in the float. So we'll give that a shot. I'm pretty confident that, you know, we have spark and everything. I don't think that's the issue. It's just not getting fuel. I'm gonna have to wait till this comes in, but in the meantime, I could just bypass everything once I get this all cleaned up. So I'm gonna go ahead and rip this off of here. Okay, you know, I don't have a JIS screwdriver. This is kind of close. Well, it's not really, it's a Phillips, but I was able to get the screws out, but I really need to buy one. But this carb is filthy. So this is a flat slide, and usually these are round, but obviously this is not a round slide, this is a flat slide carb. Here's my choke cable. I got to get that out yet, but just giving it a look over, and it is filthy. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out, and you could always tell what a JIS screw is. I'll show that to you. So you might be looking at these screws here and saying that, oh, it's just a Phillips, but it's not. See this little dimple right there, that little dot? That indicates that these are the JIS, the Japanese Industrial Standard screw. So they are not a Phillips. And usually when you see, especially these underside, any of these carbs, especially on Japanese bikes, anything metric bike, these will usually be stripped out. You're usually like, oh, they must be super tight. Well, yeah, a lot of the times they are, but the reason being is people are attacking these with Phillips screwdrivers like me. But as long as you if you can do it nice, I'm gonna have to do it with two hands, but you got to get the right stuff. Alright, you guys, while I was taking that off, as you can see, I was pretty careful doing it, and I didn't strip these out, but look at what I'm noticing. All these cracks in the bowl. You see those? And you can tell it's been leaking. You could see where it's been leaking out. This could be another issue where I've been smelling fuel too. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the bowl off. Yeah, look at on the inside, see that? And look at this gasket. The gasket here is completely flattened out. It's completely level. This gasket should be puffed up a little bit. And when I pulled it apart, I mean, it completely came apart really easy. So I'm sure fuel has been leaking out. This jet is damaged a little here. So I've got this apart, and I've been blowing through the passages. I'm still going to take the pilot jets out and stuff like that in the secondary, but the needle and seat looks new. I think the guy that I got it from, he must have been in here doing something with that, but still, this is not good. I'm gonna have to figure something out with this if they just sell just a bowl. If not, I'm in trouble because I'm gonna have to replace the whole carb. I hate to replace a whole nice factory McCuney with a Chinese one, but you know, I've had pretty good luck with the Chinese ones. So I'm gonna have to get online and see what my options are. I'll have to take this in the house. I think what I'll do is I'll end up pushing this thing out, pressure washing this thing down. I'll block all these passages off. I looked at the belt inside here. I don't want to take this off, but the belt looks pretty good. When I did ride this thing, it ran beautifully and it drove beautifully. I have to say, all the linkages, U-joints, everything's really tight, so that's a plus. So I think I'm gonna, you know, call it a night tonight. Oh, that's what I wanted to look at, the tank. I think probably what's happening is there's garbage inside there, and it probably worked its way in here and it was starving for fuel. I think that's probably what my issue is. There's something going on maybe in here, and it was, like I said, starving for fuel because the plug was completely dry. So I'm getting ready to drain this tank, and I want to show you the inside. I think I'm probably right about the petcock being plugged, but this here is the vent tube. This is what allows the tank to breathe, so I'll probably blow some air through that to make sure that's not plugged. Let's get that out of the way. That goes up to the handlebars. But check this out, I got a light behind the tank here. Look inside. So this is grass and junk and a bunch of other stuff at the bottom of the tank. I haven't drained the gasoline yet, but so who knows what has worked its way into the, well, I took the carburetor apart and that was kind of gunked up, all the passageways and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why the spark plug was completely dry. There's just no fuel getting into the carb, and that's why the quad would not start. Howdy, it's a new day. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug off all the holes and stuff in this thing and drag it out of here and get the old pressure washer out and yeah, give it a good bath. I just like working on things when they're a little bit cleaner. And this thing needs a bath. I don't think it's had one in, well, who knows, probably since it's been new. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Get the spark plug put back in and the boot put on there and all that kind of stuff. I think it's going to be a little bit of a hassle getting this pulled out because, as you can see, there's no handlebars on it. Without wrecking this thing, I think I'll use my Kodiak to maybe just pull with a chain, yeah, on the ball hitch or something, or on the axle. Just drag it all the way out down to the house because that's where the water is. I think it'll be fine. It won't hurt anything. But I won't be able to steer, that's the thing. And I'm not bolting the handlebars back on just so I can do that. Then drag it back up here. I think what I'll do is I'll let it dry overnight. Yeah, I'll let it dry in the grass overnight and then we'll just see what happens. But I gotta get it down there, but first let's plug everything off. Alright, so I went ahead and sacrificed a bottle to go ahead and close off this intake, and I used the clamp. And also right here, I used the remaining part to close off this. Went ahead and used the spark plug to close off the spark plug hole, which was very convenient. And also this is I think this is like the intake for the transmission. It's like a breather port. So yeah, I just taped this off. This just goes to the air box and just goes underneath there. So yeah, now it's just a time to go ahead and yank this thing out of here with this. Hopefully it doesn't keep popping out of gear. I've been having trouble with that. Oh, while I'm at it, I'll explain to you. This also would sort of, when I go to push this into gear, it would kind of not go into gear. It would kind of zzz and clunk, kind of like what that is doing. So this was loose. It was wobbling back and forth on here. And so I just went ahead and tightened that, and now it's nice and tight. So hopefully when it's running, it should shift just fine. So that was kind of taken care of. So I gotta lower this thing, get it chained. I don't know how I'm gonna keep the front end from wagging around, but we'll find out. We'll see how it goes. here at Carbs and Coffee, just things just aren't done in a conventional sort of way, you know. Nor are they OSHA approved, so you know, I apologize, but somebody's got to fix this driveway. So I think I'll just get the plow. That's why I keep the plow on my four-wheeler 24/7, 365. So this is what happened. I can't blame the BMW on this. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. So what I think I will do is just backblade this. Yeah, it's real simple. Take the old Kodiak and backblade it. But I did end up winning because Polaris decides to make those about 87,000 pounds. So I'm just gonna go ahead and backblade this now. Okie dokie. There, it didn't take that long. So I don't know, after about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, you'll never know that this happened. So it'll be good as new. I'll show you. See? So that's not from me. This is from this overweight behemoth garbage truck. And then, yeah, see, the whole idea is just to backblade it. You'll never know this happened. Like I say, give it 20 years or so, that'll be gone. This too, you know, down there, look how good it looks. Let me walk faster. There, looks good. Seriously though, actually, after the first rainfall, this will all be good as new. And remember the BMW thing, mishap? That was like a month ago. That's that. It's almost gone. So this stuff happens all the time out here. I'm not worried about it. All right, let's get down and pressure wash. Okay, well, I'm losing daylight now, so, but it's all clean and there's a big pile of muck sitting here underneath this. But yeah, I think it cleaned up good. And I'm filthy now, but yeah. Oh, like my shirt? Yeah, this is a cool channel. Check this out. But anyway, yeah, so hopefully I didn't damage it when I had to torque it over here. So let's take a walk around. All right, already it's looking good. I think I'll let her sit out overnight. It's supposed to be a nice day tomorrow. I might have to shoot it again one more time tomorrow. Maybe not, we'll see. But I still have the plastics to wash and the gas tank. That thing is filthy, but I'll have to drain the remaining gas that's in it. And we'll take it from there. But we'll have to do that in the AM. For now, I gotta get some coffee, guys. So, we'll see you in the morning.
Well guys, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, thanks a lot, I appreciate it. Unfortunately, there's nothing more I could do with this thing until the parts come. If you guys have stuck around all the way to the end, thank you so much, I appreciate it. If you've subscribed, thank you so much, I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you haven't, maybe consider it. I think this is going to be a two-part video, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to see you on the next one, but I think this thing's going to run. See you next time on Carbs and Coffee.